right, what's up, everyone? Welcome once again to another live. And today we are going to talk about something awesome. We're going to continue on to that trend of AI within editing. It's more specifically within Premiere Pro. So today's video is called Cut Video Like Text, Premiere Pro's Transcript Editing. Now, I would say that this is really in line, cutting edge, and if you use it well or the way it's intended to be used, then it's one of those things where it'll save you hours on just editing in general. And more specifically, since it is text, it'll be more specifically towards interviews, talking heads. So anything that has any vocal audio, so like podcasts and things like that, it's something that will save you time on it. So you get a mental picture, just picture this. Imagine deleting your mistakes just by erasing words within a transcript. So Premiere Pro makes it real. You edit video like you would edit text. So at first, even I didn't get it. There's other programs, for example, there's one called Descript that you could also do that as well. And I'm sure some have a specific variation or some kind of variation for that. But this one is something awesome. Now, as you can see on the screen right now, on the screen share, I have a video where it's a talking head. And there is and this is probably on the lower end. This is almost like, I would say a little bit more than, what is it, 10:30? Okay, so it's like 10.5 minutes of footage, right? So normally what I would have to go is, kind of go through everything and then, take out the pauses, the parts that I don't want to use, the extra takes and different things like that. The words that I mess up, that I misspell, and, filler words, all that, right? So what I'm going to do is, let's actually just do a clear noisy dialogue. What I'm going to do is do what this AI text-based editing option or feature in Premiere Pro will do, right? So you don't have to scrub to remove any of the filler words because it'll slow you down. This transcript edits cut will do it automatically. So we're going to go to our text tab, which is right here in the middle, and it's going to tell me, what do I want to transcribe? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to transcribe the audio, right, with the video, and obviously the sound, right? You got to have sound. So 3-dot wave, that's the name of the sound file, and I'm going to select that. If you had different ones, it'll give you the option if that's the source clip that you want to transcribe. So this one, that's exactly what we want to do. Let's make this one a little bit bigger so we know what we're doing. And that way you have exactly what's showing up right there in the source. And then this blue highlighted icon, transcribe, we're going to click on that, right? So we're going to go ahead and click that. And you could also do like in and out points and things like that. I know sometimes with these corporate edits, sometimes they'll give me video that's like, they'll let this interview just, press record and let it run. And sometimes it could take up to like, 40, 45 minutes to an hour of just talking head. And, if you want to scrub through everything and listen to it, it's going to be a little bit rough. But what if you could actually search up the words that you need and actually have a visual of all the words? And if you want to erase something, you can just erase it and it'll automatically erase it in the video as if you were just cutting the video like directly. So that's exactly what we're going to do right now. All right, so we just generated the transcript. It just pulled up, and it's actually giving me the timestamps and all that. So it'll say right here, and let's say, for example, see, it'll show 3 dots as a pause. So I'm going to actually make this a little bit bigger, make the timeline a little bit smaller. So, okay, so right here, I'm going to go to it and see I clicked on the 3 dots and automatically my playhead on the timeline went straight to the beginning because that's where it is. So I'm going to play it. Test. All right, let me actually bring it up. Bring up the sound just a little bit. I'll just do it from here. Boom. So see that, like, what it transcribed that as is 3 dots, okay? So that's what I said.
Test.
Right, and that's that right there. And then I go to testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Sync.
So now let's say that I wanted, let's actually go straight to the, okay.
Awesome.
So I see here that I'm saying testing 1 2, testing 1 2. And as I'm clicking here on the text window, take a look at my playhead on the bottom. It's actually moving as well, following along what I'm doing up here, right? So it'll move up.
What's up, y'all?
So I'm reading a little script.
What's up, y'all? Oscar here. What's up, y'all? O's here.
All right, so I'm going to go to this one now. I could see here that I say, what's up, y'all? Oscar here. Pause, and then I say it again, and then I say it again. And then on this last one here, I say it about twice. And then this one, see, I say it again, 1 2 3 4. So I do like a good, so I do one here, and then another one here. See the playhead, follow along. Another one here, and then another one here. So I will do this one right here, and then run it through.
In today's vlog, I'm showing you a regular day in my life working from home as a full-time videographer and video editor.
All right, let me just pull that up like that. Okay, cool. Let me go to the one right before it, and it has some pauses in there.
In today's vlog, I'm showing you a regular day in my life working from home as a videographer, and in today's vlog, I'm showing you a
So let's say I wanted to delete that little pause, right? Let's say this was the whole thing that I wanted to use. So I'm going to go ahead, click that pause, and it's highlighted, right? And then I'm going to, and then just cut that. I don't know if you guys peeped that on the timeline, but look, let me click on the timeline. It cut the clip. Look at that right here on this side. It cut the clip as if I had clipped it directly on a timeline, like pressing the cut key and clicked on that. No, my mind is blown by that. Is it just me? I don't know. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's say that what I wanted to do was show a specific, or actually just like filler words, right? That you just deleted a filler word. I'm going to keep going and see what I talk about. So I'm not listening to anything as I would regularly by scrubbing it on the timeline. I'm going ahead and clicking on the transcript.
I've got a few tests to knock out.
So just by looking at the text, I can know exactly how many takes I did and how many different points and silences there are. Like, for example, let's go to this one. It says,
and I'll show you a quick way to clean up your audio in Premiere Pro.
There's a little bit of pause right there.
And I'll show you.
So let's say I just want to delete that pause. And it actually, if you hover over it, it'll tell me how long the pause is. And it says 2.7 seconds. Let's delete that. Deleted that. And I'll do this pause right here. Let's get into it. Well, there's a bunch of, let's get into it. All right, this one has a bunch of them in it. All right, cool. Okay.
My mornings start out slow. Coffee first.
Pause.
Then I check my planner.
Pause.
And sort out what actually needs to get done.
And sort out what actually needs to get done. There's two different pauses in that. One of them's 1 second. The other one is 1 second as well. So I want to get rid of that. Click on it. It's gone. Click on that. Actually, right here, let me click on this. And I'm going to cut it. Cut it. Cut it. And I'm going to go back to it because I need it. Okay, cool. So now let's say that, for example, I want to look for a specific word, but just notice what I did here. I could delete specific words out of this. So just remember, delete text equals delete video. Magic. That's absolute magic. All right. Let's say a client came back and said, hey, listen, I like everything you put in there, but I like the part where I start talking about, let's say something, let's look over here. That part about organizing files, I want to talk about that. And I want to use that in the video now. So I wanted you to add that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add that. Okay. So what I do, I'm like, damn, I don't want to go through all this footage again. So I'm going to go to the search box, right? And I'm going to put organize files. And then I'm going to click enter. Sorry. I'm going to go to organize. Actually, I'm just going to go this one. Straight to files and click on that. So now what it's going to do, it's going to take me to the first place where there's files, and let's see where it jumps on the playhead. So it's all the way down there on the right. As you can see, that's like about the 7:49 minute mark. And then it's exactly in this part, and it'll say
project or just organizing my files.
And I go straight to it. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. And it'll tell me everywhere else they're highlighted in yellow where I say the word files that I'm looking at. There's no more going through all the footage again. You can just literally search it up and it pops up right there. Magic. That is magic, my guys. I don't know what else to say about that. Cool. So let's actually, I'm going to type in something else. I think there's a different word that I use. Let's use something else. All right, so it's a YouTube video. I'm like, hey, where's that part that I talk about subscribe? So let me type in subscribe, and it just pops up right here. Subscribe.
Subscribe if you want to catch that. Subscribe if you want to catch that.
There we go. So I said it twice. This part right here, let me go ahead and delete Ripple. But I don't want to do just that whole part right there. Let's say I just want to use this part right here. Catch that. Boom. And also from here, this is the same box that you could create captions from. So if you transcribe everything and let's say you want to put your own captions on it and, put it for social, this is where you do it as well. Cool, man. So I'm going to click on this. You can spell check things. You correct text. Let's say you want to press a return on it. You can write subscribe if you want. Text edits are also saved to the source clip, which is actually kind of crazy, just so you know that. All right, let's say this whole thing I want to delete. So I just deleted that part right there, right? And again, it cut on my playhead. Look at that. I'm in the timeline. Look, it just cut it. And it just deleted it. So if I want to do the delete ripple, in other words, you saw that little black space if I just press delete? Well, if I actually want to delete ripple and kind of bring it back together, what I'll do is press that. And look, I just did that.
Subscribe and catch that.
See? Isn't that freaking awesome, man? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Okay, right here. So it says, let me know in the comments.
Let me know in the comments. And I'd love to hear from you.
All right, so I want to delete that little space, right? So I'll press that. Delete ripple. So it was.
Let me know in the comments. And I'd love to hear from you.
Right there. I didn't have to drag anything. I just did it right from the text panel. All right. So, interviews, podcasts, tutorials, kind of like the stuff that I do, it'll never be the same. It'll never take you as long as you learn to get used to this. And obviously, you do have to get a little bit used to it, but the learning curve is not that big a deal. It's definitely worth it once you get used to it. And then you'll start seeing the text in editing instead of just the timeline, and it'll just flow seamlessly. But just get used to it. It's just a little bit, right? But just remember, transcript editing is like having subtitles that control your cuts. So you're controlling all of that by the text and editing the text within itself, which is fantastic. It's awesome. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I mean, make sure you try it on your next talking head video. Remember, this is where it works best. Talking heads, like I said before, podcasts, tutorials, anything that, interviews. Share your cleanest transcript, edit it, and tag me on it. And then I'll showcase some of my favorite ones and let me know how it has come out for you guys and how you've tried it out. And I'd love to feature it over here. So just make sure to like, share, subscribe if you found this super helpful. And as always, I have a few more AI tutorials that I want to show you guys, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware that this is awesome and that it is something that you need to use that'll make your life way easier. There's a bit of a learning curve, but that learning curve is definitely offset by the time you'll save once you get it down packed. So awesome. I appreciate you guys.